take 3 new deep breaths and return to that relaxed state we find ourselves in when we regulate our active breathing. And as you do so, we will lead into a meditation on emotion. I want you to begin this meditation by bringing up a joyous feeling. Perhaps it's a memory, a plan, an encounter, and feel the emotion within that. The sense of delight, gratitude, wonder, whatever it might be. See where you feel it in your body. What does it feel like? How is it changing? Can you experience it fully in the present moment without leaning forwards into the future? Can you experience it fully without thinking, oh, I've got to get some more. I can't let it go away. If you see those kinds of reactions in your mind, settle back. Come back into your body. Feel the different sensations being born of that emotion in this moment. Now I want you to switch your focus and bring up a difficult emotion, something you possibly struggle with. For example, let's just say it's anger. In the same way, feel it in your body. The circumstances, the provocation, the plans for revenge don't really matter. In this meditation, we are focused on the feeling itself. So apart from the story that goes along with it, what does the anger feel like in your body? Or does it feel like it's a mood? It's not just one thing. It may be moments of sadness, moments of fear, moments of frustration, moments of helplessness. Just watch them arise and pass away to make up this emotion that we call anger. Notice that neither the joyful state or the angry state is permanent, fixed, and changing. Notice that it is changing. It is evanescent. You may find that when recalling these emotions, your attention goes back into some story. First, I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to do that. If you can recognize that, just let go of it. Come back to your direct experience in this moment. What am I feeling right now? And what exactly does it feel like? What's happening? What's its nature? And even after you've finished the formal session of meditation, see if you can bring some of this skill into your encounters throughout the day. What does it feel like? What's its nature? Letting go of that thought. In this meditation, whether you're sat comfortably or lay down, If your eyes are open, close them. Just find a spot in front of you to rest your gaze and let it go if you can't. Center your attention on the feeling of the in and the out breath at the nostrils, at the chest, or at the abdomen. Just that normal, natural breath. And as you feel the sensations of the breath, you can make a very quiet mental notation of breath. 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 With the in breath. With the out breath. And when a thought arises that's strong enough to take your attention away from the breath, simply note it as not breath. It's not the breath. And you can recognize it in just that way. It doesn't matter if it's the most beautiful thought in the world or the most terrible thought in the world, the one you would never disclose to anybody else. It's simply not the breath. You don't have to judge yourself. You don't have to get lost in the thought or elaborate it. You recognize it's not the breath. Very gently let go and bring your attention back to the feeling of the breath. It's breath and not breath. Some of your thoughts may be tender and caring. Some may be very cruel and hurtful. They're not the breath. See them, recognize them, and let them go. Bring your attention back to the feeling of the breath. The thoughts are like clouds moving through the sky. Some are very light and fluffy looking, very inviting. Some are quite ominous and threatening, but they're not the breath. Just let them go. Our tendency is to grab onto a thought, build an entire world around it, or push it away and struggle against it. Here, we stay even, balanced, calm. We simply recognize it's not the breath. Very gently let it go. Bring your attention back one breath at a time. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes and relax if you want to. You can just stay relaxed with your eyes closed. Either is fine. This is a meditation where we first center our attention on the feeling of the breath wherever it's most predominant, wherever it is easiest for us, just that natural breath. And quietly note in, out, in, out, or rising and falling to help support the awareness of the breath. then if something arises that is predominant, that takes over our awareness, sensation, sound, image, emotion, thinking, see if you can make a quiet mental note of just what that experience is in the moment without judgment, just as an act of recognition. Thinking, planning, anger, joy. If the note comes easily, you don't need to struggle to get exactly the right word. It doesn't need to be elaborate. It's just an act of recognition. Oh, okay, this is what's happening right now. There's sadness. There's happiness. Gently note that this experience can happen 3 or 4 times. See if you can bring your attention back to the feeling of your breath. The mental note is a very quiet one. It first of all establishes a sphere of awareness which is not caught up in the experience, but is able to discern it and recognize it. It also provides an instant feedback system for us. Is this an open-hearted, even acceptance? Or is it more like thinking with fretfulness and resentment? And if we hear that, we say it again. Oh, thinking. And then bring your attention back to the feeling of breath. You don't need to try and take in everything. It's just those things that arise quite strongly pull us away from the breath. We spend a few moments as though to say, yes, okay, this is what's happening right now. And then we come back. This is the platform for mindfulness. We see what's happening right now as it is, without elaboration, without judgment, without struggling against it or falling into it. Because it's the platform for mindfulness, it is also the platform for learning. We can see just what's happening right now. Many things will arise and pass away. Some pleasant, some unpleasant, some neutral, but our job is just to note them and recognize them. To see them for what they are, to see the truth of the moment, and then breathe.